Oh. Oh my god, this is... Hold on. Oh, this is so cool. What? Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome on in. If this is your first time here, hello, how are you doing? Today, we're going to be taking a look at Columbina for the very first time in Genshin Impact. Now, I personally have just started my Genshin Impact journey, like taking a look at the trailers and the character demos for the characters as of like a couple weeks ago. I did play the game when it first came out. I never got back into Genshin, so this is all brand new stuff for me, but I have been getting into Genshin lately, and I wanted to get caught up to where everybody else is and take a look at Columbina for the very first time today and see what you guys are, see what you guys are getting in terms of content for characters, as well as like how the trailers have changed from the character demos that I've taken a look at, and see, what's going on today in Genshin Impact. Now, of course, since I am not currently playing Genshin Impact and I'm obviously not up to where the story or anything is in the world, I might not know the region, I might not know what's going on. I'm just here to give you guys like an outsider's reaction to what's going on in these trailers, and maybe you guys can help me out a little bit. Maybe I'll understand everything. I'm truly just here to take a look at the new character, take a look at what she looks like, maybe some of her attacks and abilities and animations, if they even have that in these, just to have a fun time and see what's going on in the trailer. All right, everybody, make sure you grab a snack, grab a drink. I'm done yapping. Just want to let you know I'm not a Genshin Impact player, and I'm here to react to Columbina for the very first time. Here we go. I'm very curious to see, what the trailers for Genshin Impact are in 2026, right? This is a 2026 trailer. I've been reacting to demos that are like 5 years old, right? So this is going to be very fun to take a look at. Okay, I'm going to start off with the release order. So they did the teaser first, and then the trailer just came out. So let's do the teaser. Here we go.
It's exactly how I imagined. This feels just like where I was born.
Oh, the patterns on her face.
I've always known that this was my true home.
She's hopping around. Very pretty character.
Everything
Love the
is so
hair,
bright
like the
here
little
on the frost
highlights.
moon.
The frost
I don't
moon.
need to hide anymore. And I have all the time I need to think
Wait, so is she
about
blind?
my origins and where I belong.
She just leaves her eyes closed,
With
I
the
guess.
Kuhenki here, I don't really feel lonely.
Okay, those are called
But
Kuhenki.
sometimes I miss you all.
Oh no, this is a sad... Oh no. Of course I watch a sad trailer. The first new Genshin Impact trailer is sad. So she lives on the frost moon and everybody's waving up at her?
Here again. It's a shame I can't be there.
Oh, that's sad.
But I'll send my best wishes with a ray of moonlight.
Oh, it's kind of like bittersweet though, too.
Time has flown by. So many fond memories of last year. That was the night when I came to...
Oh no. Oh no. What is happening?
No.
Oh no. I was like, this is actually bittersweet.
Even true moonlight cannot pierce the false sky.
Whoa.
This is not the moon.
She wasn't on the moon. Okay. She trapped somewhere? It looks like it. Okay, hold on. The violin coming in?
And yet, I still exist.
Everyone's frozen. Medusa style. I was gonna say, it looks like a chessboard or something. Oh, I love the music. Oh, there's like a choir in the background too. Wow. She's still alone even in this. She was alone on the Frost Moon, I guess with the Kuhenki, but here she's definitely alone.
Time to go.
Time to go. Song of the Welkin Moon. I have many questions already. Okay, before I get into the character trailer, I'm gonna, scroll through this a little bit, discuss it a little bit, see what I know from it. just, you know, based on just a human looking at the visuals and the words that were given to me, right? Something obviously didn't work. She literally says it herself. No, it didn't work. And then this, I'm going to call it a piece of candy. This piece of candy drops out of her hand. Something didn't work. True moonlight cannot pierce the false sky. So I guess there's some sort of false sky going on and the true moonlight cannot pierce it. This started off like pretty, okay, I was like, okay, you know, this is pretty happy. I got a little sad when I found out she was on her own on the frost moon and waving down at everybody, but it's still nice to have, you know, I was like, oh, this is kind of bittersweet. Like, yeah, everybody's waving up at her and saying hi at least. And she was like kind of happy about it, like she's smiling and everything. But then we got, I don't know, man, Hoyo. I've seen several trailers from Hoyoverse do this, right, where they just kind of, they'll have a trailer go deep and dark in like an instant, right? So I love it when they do it, but I was not expecting it because obviously I don't know what's going on in the story or anything right now in Genshin, but this threw me for a loop. And I love it when Hoyo does this though, right? Like it immediately reeled me in. I was already reeled in, but this reels me in even more because I would love to know what's happening. And especially when there's like stories of like, I guess like illusions or things like that, that kind of makes me interested, right? Like how did that illusion come to be? What happened? Why is this the case? And then let's start off with the second part of the trailer here, the teaser here. She ends up in this room with like a glass floor, I want to say, and it almost felt like a chessboard because, you know, there's like squares in the board or squares in the floor and stuff like that. We get a glimpse of this guy, not sure who that is. It looks like a bad guy, I don't know. And then we have her walking by everybody and you see them, on the left side looks like all the friendly people, right side looks like the villain with all the bad guys. So I'm gonna guess he's the bad guy. And then, Columbina just starts touching all of her friends, I am assuming, just, it's almost like a goodbye or just like a I wish I could actually touch you kind of moment. And then she just says time to go. So very interesting little teaser. This has me, I will say, of all the trailers I've watched currently, obviously this is the newest Genshin trailer, so I'm hoping that they would be really, really good. This is really, really good. As somebody that doesn't even know what the hell is going on, this was a really, really good trailer to pique my interest for sure in the Genshin story. And I want to know more about this character. So obviously there's a lot more going on with Columbina, design-wise. I do want to talk about that because I do tend to talk about, the looks of the Genshin characters when I'm taking a look at their trailers. Very ethereal look, maybe like angel-esque look a little bit, with the white flowing gown, these wings in her hair, maybe like a moon character. Obviously she's living on the moon. So very like that kind of aspect to her, right? Like an angel or ethereal kind of look with the white gown and the blue and everything. The purple, pinkish highlights in her hair, that's definitely just, I think it makes it pop, compared to like the rest of her outfit being this white, glowy kind of outfit. So I think that's probably why they went with that color style. And then we have the patterns on her face. I don't know what's going on there, of course. And her eyes are clearly closed. She's obviously not blind. She's able to walk around. I thought she might have been blind just because this Kuhenki was like kind of guiding her in the beginning when she was like hopping around. So I was like, oh, maybe the Kuhenki is like guiding her. So maybe she is blind. I don't know. But she's obviously able to guide herself in the second part of this video and touch everybody and just keep walking, even with her eyes closed and the patterns on her face and everything. Okay. I am ready to continue on to the trailer. If there's more to know about Columbina without, and I feel like you guys can let me know spoilers in the comments. You guys can discuss it amongst yourselves. Let me know spoilers. I haven't started playing Genshin. It would probably take me a very long time to get to this point in the story. So I am very interested in knowing what's going on with Columbina. If you guys want to give me more details on her, I'm totally fine with spoilers. If I do play Genshin down the line, it'll be a while from now, to be honest, and I probably won't remember all of this, right? So discuss away. Now is time for the trailer. It is called To Where She Flies. Ooh, there's some pretty balloons here. This one's almost 4 minutes. Whoa, this looks like more HD than the last one somehow. Oh, this is pretty. Oh. Oh, there's the pattern. Oh, she put it on her face. I love all the colors and like how pretty this trailer looks. All the blues and the white. Oh. Oh my God, this is, hold on. Oh, this is so cool. What? my God. So she's chasing this feather. I'm trying to like pay attention, but I'm just enjoying what my eyes are seeing right now. Oh, stopped her from reaching the feather. Oh, is that a memory? Childhood memory? Or is that just a child she wants to help? This looks so HD. What the heck? What does that remind me of? Now they're all dancing. Was that a black hole, by the way? What was that? I love Columbina's music in the teaser as well, and in this one. Oh. Wait, does she have wings? That was crazy. So it looks like there's one of these guys wearing white and she's dancing with him. The rest are just backup dancers. Dude, she looks so cool in this. The massive wings. Dang. Whoa, I like that for some reason. Oh, that bird was glitching. I saw that. Song of the Welkin Moon. Was that the Song of the Welkin Moon? Wait, her eyes were open. Hold on. Wait a minute. I just realized. How did I not realize that? Were her eyes open at all earlier? I don't know if I was paying attention to her eyes. That was so good. I will say a lot of it was like, it almost felt like Honkai because of like, you know, it's very like a spacey kind of, you know, because Honkai's a sci-fi gacha game. It felt like that a little bit. That was a beautiful trailer. To Where She Flies is the name of that one. Very fitting with the wings. Lots to talk about in this one, visually speaking. In terms of what's happening in it, it feels literally just more like an EP or like a music video, essentially. Because at least in the teaser, there was a little bit going on there. She speaks in it. I'm able to like grasp what's going on a little bit and, you know, ask questions based on what she's saying and stuff like that. This one, I don't know. I'll try to dissect it in the best way that I can without knowing what's going on in Genshin at this moment, because I just want to, you know, if you're new here, I try to dissect these trailers and try to learn about the lore to the best of my capabilities. And then, you know, it's always a fun time to learn about the lore of people's favorite games and stuff. So I'm trying to do that with this one. The visuals and the music in this were so cool. The birds carrying her up by these strings, like that's such an awesome shot. I don't know if the pigeons and the feather, I say pigeons, I don't know if they're pigeons. I don't know if with the feathers and everything, I don't know if that's supposed to represent something. Some of my favorite shots, I mean, there's so many good shots in this, but when she's hopping around on this beach, the lighting and everything is so cool as well. But when she's got these like backup dancers with her, right, while they're singing, and then they appear over here, that's so cool. And the music. Oh, that's so cool. I wanted them to do that again, but then it goes straight to the birds lifting her up. Like, that's such a cool shot. Oh, this is such a good video. Holy crap. Okay, so lots of pigeons, lots of backup dancers. We have this moment here where I question if it was a childhood memory or if she was just seeing a little child that she wanted to help. You see her take a step here a little bit later to try and help, but she stops. I assume it was an illusion, obviously probably an illusion, and, you know, she realizes it and then stops. And then we have Piano Man in the back, Elton John over here. And then it goes to, you know, back to the red again that we got in the teaser. And then we get a little dancing, and it's more of dancing. And then this guy specifically, who's a different color than all the rest of them. By the way, what I wanted to say in the middle of the trailer, I didn't know if any of you would actually even understand what I'm saying. With all the piano playing and everything, it reminded me of a very specific League of Legends trailer with Jin, the character Jin in League of Legends. He plays the piano like this. There's like a big League of Legends character, or there's a big like League of Legends cinematic where Jin is playing piano, and then there's like a fighting scene and everything, and it just really reminded me of that. A lot of these characters in here too, the backup dancers, really look like Jin from League of Legends with the mask and everything. So anyhow, that's just probably a coincidence. And then there's the moment where her wings come out. So obviously fitting to where she flies, the title of this trailer. I don't know, you know, if this is saying, you know, she eventually gets her wings, and that's what's happening in this trailer. Maybe this is showing when she finally gets her wings. It's continuing maybe from the teaser, and she needs to grow the wings to, I don't know, fix everything that was broken in the last trailer. I don't know. So we have her getting her wings here. Very cool, keeping with the white and blue color. Like I said, very ethereal, very angel-like, which is what I said about the teaser. Maybe it's supposed to be more like a bird-like, because obviously these wings, you know, and then all the feather and the birds in this trailer. Maybe it's supposed to be a little bit more like a pigeon. I don't want to call Columbina a pigeon, but what have you. Okay, and then yeah, her eyes are open. So she doesn't have the pattern on her face, and her eyes are open. Her eyes are closed there when she's dancing. Her eyes are closed here as well. It's when she has her wings, her eyes are open. Interesting. I didn't notice that until like almost the end here, because I just was like, what? And then yeah, we just see her fall asleep, take a nap maybe, and then she has some glowing sand in her hand, and she hugs it close, and then we see her taking a nap at the end. Okay, I don't know what's going on in this trailer perhaps, but I loved the creativity of it. I loved the music. It was so cool. I love the visual style that Hoyo has, of course, and it felt a little bit like a Honkai trailer just because of, you know, like the starry aspect and like the I don't know, like the that kind of stuff, right? And I think, you know, that's just Hoyo, and that maybe that's where Genshin is in the current state, and that's, I'm just comparing because I you know, I've watched a little bit more Honkai than I have Genshin, so that's why I'm able to compare it to that. Maybe let me know what your guys' favorite aspect of these trailers were. I enjoyed both of these very much. I think in the teaser, I really liked when it went to from the frost moon to like the super dark moment. That was kind of crazy. My favorite part here is I still think in the beginning here where she's dancing on the beach with these like dancers, and the music is really cool in this part. Yeah, like that's so cool. Yeah, favorite part right there of the whole trailer. All right, everybody, I had a great time reacting to Columbina. I hope you had a great time watching my reaction. Again, I am just now starting my Genshin Impact journey, reacting to character demos. I have lots more Genshin stuff to take a look at. So if you want to join me for the ride and my reacting to all of the Genshin Impact trailers, you know, we got version trailers. I'm sure there's all kinds of other things to take a look at for Genshin. So if you want to come along for the ride, consider subscribing to the channel. Maybe leave a thumbs up on this video. It does help other people see it. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.